Hello friends, welcome back to my YouTube channel, that is Mechanical Engineering Make Easy. This is Akash Misar here and we are moving with GATE. This is manufacturing 26th lecture, and in previous lecture we have covered drilling, and in today's lecture we are going to cover milling machine. Okay, what is the purpose of milling, how milling operation works, and etc etc. So before that, please like, share and subscribe my channel. If you have any suggestion or any query, then you can comment me. I have prepared separate playlist for all separate subjects, so go to my channel. I have designed very nice content for you, so watch that also. And if you want to connect with me, I have prepared one telegram group, so that I will post latest updates on that group also, so you can join that group. The link is there in description box. So let's move towards our main topic, that is nothing but milling machine. What is milling machine? The revolving cutter will be there. That cutter will have number of tools at the circumference of that revolving cutter, and with the help of that tools the material removal process will happen. Okay, this is all the basic principle of milling machine. And this is again, there are types of milling. First is up or conventional milling. First is up milling or conventional milling, and second is down milling. What is basic difference between these two? I have shown this figure in that the workpiece is in this direction and the tool is revolving in counterclockwise direction. So because of this, what is happening here, the thickness is minimum and here the thickness is maximum, and the cutting action is happening in this way. Okay, so this is nothing but up milling or conventional milling, and if this process has been reversed, that the tool is moving in such a direction and the cutting is happening here. For example, I will draw figure. How that down milling happens. For example, this is cutter, the cutter tooth. Okay, and it is revolving in counterclockwise direction. So here the cutting action is happening, and the direction is, workpiece direction is now in this direction from left to right, and the tool is also in the same direction, we can say, that is counterclockwise. The direction at this point is same, the tool also and the workpiece also. And here the thickness will be T1 will be maximum, T2 will be minimum. This is now T1 maximum and T2 minimum. So this is nothing but down milling. Cutting action happens from T1 to T2 likewise, and in previous case the cutting action was happening from down to up. Here up to down, here down to up. This is basic difference between up milling and down milling. And conventionally or practically we uses up milling everywhere. Okay, so note down that point. Now we will move towards next. Okay, so in conventional milling, what I have shown you that figure, the T1 is minimum. Okay, T1 is minimum and which is equal to 0, and T2 is maximum, that maximum, and that have one formula. That formula is nothing but twice Fm divided by N into Z under root small d upon capital D. What are these parameters? 2 is constant, Fm is feed, that is nothing but mm per minute. Okay, this N is rpm, Z is number of tooths, or number of teeth, what notation you can. Then this small d is depth of cut, and the capital D is nothing but diameter of milling cutter. Diameter of milling cutter. So from this formula you can get the maximum thickness that cutting operation can happen. For that maximum thickness, that is nothing but twice Fm upon Nz under root of small d upon capital D. So note down this formula, and T1 minimum will always be 0, T2 maximum will have this value, and we are talking all the values about up milling or conventional milling, not for down milling. note down this formula. If you have any confusion, then you can connect with me. Then we will move towards next, and next is we have seen one parameter, that is feed in per minute. Okay, so how we can get this value? That is nothing but f into n. This again feed, but this will be in per revolution, and this is rpm. So in the numerical there may be chances that you have given the value, that feed, that is in per revolution. So how you can convert that in into per minute? So only multiply with rpm, then you will get the value fm, that is per minute. Then mrr, that is material removal rate. That mrr equal to d into b into fm. D is depth of cut, okay. fm is feed in per minute, and remaining is b. B is nothing but minimum of either the width of workpiece or width of cutter. Okay, minimum of width of workpiece or width of cutter. Which is minimum? If a cutter is smaller than the workpiece, then the width of cutter will be taken here, and if the workpiece is smaller than the cutter width, then ultimately the width of workpiece will be here. And by this formula we will get to know that how much material removal rate is there. Depth of cut will be in feed is in per minute, and b is in Okay, so ultimately we will get mrr in cube per minute. Means for example 1 cube of volume we are going to remove per minute. Likewise the term will be there. This is nothing but mrr, that is nothing but d into b into fm. So note down this also. Then we will move towards types of milling cutters. Okay, there are different types of milling cutters. Now we are moving towards milling cutters. There are different types of milling cutters for their proper or specific functioning. Depending on the functioning, the types of cutter are there, and the shape of tool or shape of tooth, shape of teeth, then where the teeth are there, that all teeth are parallel to the axis or perpendicular to axis. Likewise there are number of classification. So we will look some popular types here, like plain milling cutter. Plain milling cutter means very simple milling cutter that will have the teeth on circumference, and that teeth will be parallel to the axis. For example, if I am drawing here side view, this is shaft, and here the teeth will be there. This is milling cutter. So these teeth are parallel to the axis of shaft. This may be called as plain milling cutter. Then we will move towards next, that is nothing but side milling cutter. Okay, next is side milling cutter. There is one type of cutter that is nothing but side milling cutter. Means ultimately, for example, if this is tool, there will be teeth at here also. So what will happen, that tool will cut the side portion. Okay, so this is nothing but side milling cutter. Then, and if you want to see the proper figures, then you can search on Google like plain milling cutter, like side milling cutter. Then you will get to know the more idea. I can also place that figures in video itself, but that will cost me too much editing, that's why. Then end milling cutter. End milling cutter, this is also one type. Then there is T-slot milling cutter. T-slot milling cutter means which kind of cutter it will be. This will be shaft, okay, and here there will be cutter. that cutter will have teeth on circumference, and ultimately what will happen, this tool revolves also and move in this or this direction also. So ultimately the T slot will be created. This is nothing but T slot milling cutter. Then Woodruff key slot milling cutter means very simple kind of cutter will be there, again circumferential and likewise. And what will happen, what kind of Woodruff key slot means that slot is likewise, okay, and that slot will be created, that is nothing but Woodruff type key slot milling cutter. Then next is fly cutter. Then there is next type, that is nothing but angle milling cutter. Then formed milling cutter. Then thread milling cutter. Thread milling cutter means for generating threads we uses the milling cutter, that is nothing but thread milling cutter. Likewise means depending on the application, the specific design for cutter have been developed, and that design have given the name like plain milling cutter, thread milling cutter, etc. Okay, so if you want to see exact the shape and size of all the milling cutters, you can go to Google, you can search, you will get to know what exactly that tools looks like. Okay, then we will move towards our last topic of session, that is nothing but bonus point. From milling it is too much for our gate preparation, so that's why I am not going too much detail. So what is bonus point? Bonus point is cutting fluids. Cutting fluids are too much important, because if we are using cutting fluid, then ultimately our efficiency of operation increases, then tool wear and tear decreases, the heat generated on that point where the cutting action is happening, that heat will be carried out by these cutting fluid. So ultimately number of advantages are there of using cutting fluid. So for cast iron, okay, for cast iron we don't use any fluid, there is no need to use fluid for cast iron. Then for steel we have to use the cutting fluid which is equal to lard oil plus mineral oil. Okay, the mixture of lard oil plus mineral oil we are going to use as a cutting fluid for steel. Then next is alloy steel. If there is alloy steel, then sulfur brass oil plus mineral oil. Sulfur brass oil plus mineral oil we have to use for alloy steel. Then next is copper. Okay, for copper we have to use soluble oil with 90 to 95% of water. Soluble oil with 90 to 95% of water. Okay, means in case of copper, the more percentage of water we are using, only some 5 to 10% of soluble oil we are going to use there. Okay, then next is aluminum. For aluminum also we have to use fluid, and that is nothing but mineral oil with soluble oil, means mineral oil plus soluble oil. This is the cutting fluid for cutting or machining operation of aluminum. So these are number of fluids. I have only taken some important like cast iron, steel, alloy steel, copper and aluminum. These are 5 materials that we are going to use commonly. That's why I have taken into consideration only these materials. Okay, so this is what I have designed for today's lecture, and in next lecture I will come up with cutting tool materials and etc. So up till now, if you are enjoying, then let me know in comment box, like, share and subscribe, and we will meet again. Thank you friends.